Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Invin. Today I am going to be bringing you guys a video on the best max level AMP63 Warzone loadout and class setup so that you guys can get ahead of the game with this one as soon as you do get it unlocked. I did a video yesterday on how you can actually unlock this pistol, so if you want to watch that I will link it on the end screen for you guys as well, so you can go ahead and see how to get the pistol. But overall I did a summary and a review of it there as well, saying that it is pretty good, and if you're going to run a ghost class it's probably the best secondary that you can put on there. And actually some people are going to opt to have it as a ghost class secondary just generally because it is pretty damn good anyway. So we're going to move into the video today. We're going to explain what the class setup for this gun actually is, why it's good, and things that you should avoid whilst using it. So if you do want to enjoy today's video, make sure you do drop a like on it, as that really does help me out. Let me know what you think of the AMP63 in Warzone down in the comments below, and if you are new to the channel, make sure you drop a subscribe. Go down below, press the red subscribe button, make sure that you've got those notification bells turned on so that you don't miss an upload. And without further ado, let's jump into today's video. Okay, so first things first, let's jump straight into this one here. We've got the AMAX on this class paired with the AMP63. So the AMP63, basically you're going to want on it either the sound suppressor or the agency suppressor if you want a little bit extra range. However, with this weapon, because you're going to be using it at a really close range anyway, the sound suppressor is by far going to be the best attachment for you. You've got extra sprint to fire speed, no ADS penalty, a little bit extra bullet velocity, really good quick suppressor that keeps you off the minimap. Also gives you a bit of extra bullet velocity, ADS speed, and sprint to fire. Perfect for this class. Then want on this either the reinforced heavy barrel, or if you can handle the recoil, you definitely want to try out the task force barrel. If you are struggling with the task force one, like I say, drop down to the reinforced heavy. Exactly the same, except from you get a little bit of strafe speed extra with the task force and a little bit extra bullet velocity and damage range. But if you can't cope with the recoil on it, because it does increase both horizontal and vertical recoil, then switch back down to the reinforced heavy and that does the job just fine. You then also want on it the SOF target designator. This will give you extra hip fire accuracy and extra damage range, which is really nice. You then want on the Stanag 25 round mag. Now this does affect your ADS time a slight little bit, but compared to the speed loaders or any of the other fast mags, it's going to be a lot less and a much more negligible amount, which means that the 25 round is by far the best, and obviously it gives you the most amount of ammo so that you are able to take out probably 2 players with 1 mag if you hit your shots if needed. So pretty decent. Then also on the Serpent Wrap, that's going to give you the most ADS speed. If you do want a bit of flinch resistance, you could go for the Airborne Elastic or the SASR Jungle. I would recommend the SASR Jungle over the Airborne Elastic because obviously that has more negatives to it, so the sprint fires affected, which is going to be really important when you're using this gun as a close range setup. So probably stick with the Serpent, but it's up to you. If you don't feel you need that, you could take that one off. Maybe whack on an optic there, maybe the Quick Dot LED or the Microflex LED, just for a little bit more accuracy on the sight there. You do not want to be running dual wield. Dual wield is very bad in Warzone. It reduces your damage a tremendous amount and makes this gun pretty much uncompetitive completely. The single version of this gun, because it's full auto, you've got the accuracy, you've got the rate of fire, you've got the damage. It's really decent. When you put on dual wield, it just completely goes out the window and makes this gun absolutely trash. So don't bother with dual wield at all. You just want the setup that's on screen for you guys here. Like I say, if you haven't already got these barrels because you're leveling it up still, this is the max level setup, but put on the reinforced heavy if you're struggling with levels or recoil. And as I say here with the Serpent Wrap, the SASR Jungle Grip's a really good alternative. You unlock that fairly early on, so it's another option you could have. But just anything that increases your ADS until you get to the Serpent Wrap is really good as well. Now, I've paired this with an interesting setup here. I've gone with a Semtex. Obviously, Semtexes, if you don't know in Warzone, are really good. You can get one hit down to these things if people are on like full armor. Depends if you get it close to them enough, but you're still going to crack most players with one Semtex, even if it's just in the vicinity. So it's a really good thing to have on. Heartbeat sensor, obviously just for finding those players, but if you are more comfortable with just getting UAVs all the time, throwing a stun grenade, it's going to do you well. You then perks, you've got EOD. Again, you can swap this out for double time if you'd like to have a faster class, but I think the EOD generally is pretty good to have on. A little bit less damage from explosives is what you kind of want to have. Obviously, you're going to run Ghost on here. You're not going to need Overkill because this is a secondary weapon, so you can throw Ghost on, which is brilliant. Means you can pick up Ghost first time. And you will see here that I also have Tracker. Now, this is an interesting suggestion because a lot of people really like amped. Swap weapons faster is a main thing you need in Warzone, right? Now, if you are going to be picking up somebody else's weapon, so you're going to get this class, get a kill or two until you can pick up another weapon, then do stick with amped. But if you're wanting to play it with this weapon as a secondary, you can actually throw on tracker, because when you switch into a secondary pistol, the swap time is no quicker with amped, or just marginally quicker with amped than it is without. So you're not going to need that for swapping to the amp to get those final shots off or to get a kill or two, which is really, really nice. However, when you do swap back to the primary from the pistol, it is still slower without amp than it is with, so you are going to have a little bit of trouble there. But overall, tracker has actually been really, really useful, and you will see from a lot of the clips towards the beginning, towards the end of the video, there is actually a decent amount of reason to use tracker. You see a lot of people that you might not otherwise find. You see people who are sneaking about or trying to hide in corners very easily, so it's really, really good fun, and you should definitely try it out for at least a couple of games, see how you feel about it. But obviously amped if you are planning to pick up weapons there, or if you're going to use this as your ghost class afterwards, then just swap amped on there instead of tracker, and you're going to be able to still have those quick switch speeds. Now, I'm running this with the AMAX. I'll give you guys a setup for this just so that you've got something to go off. We've got the monolithic suppressor, XRK Zodiac S440, the VLK 3x Commando foregrip, and the 45 round mags. Standard setup for a mid to long range AR build on the CRA Max, and obviously pairing it with the amp for the close range setup. It's a really, really nice class. So I'm just going to talk about some of the things where this gun excels. Now, really, you're going to want to be using this in duos or solos. You can use it in trios and quads, but you're going to need to have a primary weapon that you're quite comfortable with getting a lot of kills on, because the mag size of this weapon will mean you are not going to be able to take out more than 2 players with 1 clip, and that's if you're really accurate. Realistically, it's going to be a player per clip, because we're going to be moving around, you're going to miss shots, etc. So that's what you're going to want to aim for, which is why it's going to excel in solos and duos. As I say, you can use it in squads, but you're going to want a weapon with it that you are more comfortable with getting a couple of downs with at least, so that you're then just left with a 1v2 or 1v1 situation instead of trying to take on 4 players with this pistol. The damage on it is really, really nice, providing you don't lose dual wield. Like I said before, that is trash. Get rid of it. You don't need it at all. Unfortunately, it does come on the paid blueprint bundle, but if you don't need it on, and once you've leveled it up, just get rid of it. It's not good. It reduces the damage dramatically. But you are going to see a ton of gameplay from the AMP63 as a solo single weapon, with obviously it having that full auto capacity and the decent damage it's got. Pretty low TTK when it is in that single mode as well, not dual wielded, which is actually really nice. Not as competitive for things like the LC10, so you are still going to see majority of players leaning to that overkill methods. But obviously, if you are more comfortable with this weapon and you can get good with it, it does give you the opportunity to get ghost straight away, which is really, really nice. And obviously, you can throw on tracker there, like I mentioned, because switching to the pistol is a lot faster. So you can throw on tracker instead of something like amped, which is going to give you a lot of opportunity to find a lot more players and get a few kills that you might not have got otherwise, which is really, really nice. So hopefully this video has helped a few of you guys out, work out what to put on the amp once you have got it to that max level, and whether it's actually worth using. Overall, yes, it is. It's a very, very good secondary, and if you're going to go for a ghost class straight off the bat, whether you're going to play for kills and then steal a weapon, or you're going to just use it as is, then it's a very, very solid secondary option to have, probably the best in Warzone at the moment. If this video has helped you out, make sure you do drop a like down below in the video. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you drop a subscribe. We are pushing for 2k subs, so it'd be amazing to have you here as part of the channel community. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. And as always, take care and peace.